It's Doom here from Dungeons and Doom Biscuit, and I had an idea of how I wanted to make a cave entrance that would be playable, that I can use with those clips I made. So what I want to do is I want to cut out kind of a rough shape that could be the entrance to a cave. And what I want to do is I'm going to snip this off kind of flat on the back. Something like that. I'm going to make another one of this for the other side. Snip that off kind of flat. Okay. And I just want to something like that. I can take this one off a little bit. Okay. Some more to set shit. There we go. So what I'm trying to do is make a cave entrance that can be playable with my cliffs. But the party wouldn't be able to see well with this. So what I want to do is I think I want to make a roof of some sort over it. And maybe this way would be better. I'd like the cave to be a little more open. So I do want to do it this way. So what I want to do is I want to kind of make a cave piece, cut some of that off so it's a little more manageable. Something like that. So to do that, I'm just going to get some glue, get it where I kind of want it to sit. Okay, and then I need something to kind of use as my line that I want to cut off at. So since this is kind of about the height I wanted to use, I'm just going to get a marker. And half-ass make that cut. Okay. Oops. Then we're just going to come along the back, cut that off flush the best we can. Okay, now just skim off the edges a little bit. Like that. And then this is going to be our cave. Now the players won't be able to see the cave real well from this angle, but when you start the fight, you're going to turn it this way to where the outside of the cave is there, and you're going to show them, well, I don't know how you do that. Maybe this is too tall yet. All right. No problem. Let me think about this for a minute. We want about 2 inches. About 2 inches. Boop. I'm going to come around here and take the outside off again and skim that out. Clean that up a little bit. That's going to be easier for them to see at this point. All right, sweet. Let's get our scrap. Now some of this bigger stuff I'm going to save. Because why waste it? You know what I mean? But this stuff, I'm just going to toss all this. I'll throw it in my bin maybe and make a decision on the littlest stuff. I am sure that I want to round that off some. I probably should have done that before I started, but I wasn't sure where my cave walls were going to lie. All right, so for my entrance, I'm going to carve these in a little bit and just rip them off like that. And that's going to be my cave, basic shape. On the inside of my cave, I want there to be some nodes of ore. I'm not sure how I want to do that. So I was looking at like gold veins, and it looks like streams of gold. So I'm wondering if this will melt with a little bit of super glue, maybe. Even if it won't melt, we could put some baking soda on that. I see it bubbling a little bit. Not like I was hoping. All right, no problem. We want to give it some texture. We'll get a little baking soda. Can't really see it now. It's definitely there. Let's do it on this side too. All right. Now let's do this floor. And to do this, I'm going to get a piece of plastic. This is just a plastic tray. And I'm going to get some Mod Podge and some paint. And mix up a healthy heap of sand glue. Okay. And I just got a wet brush here. I'm going to stir that up with a wet brush. And I'm going to get it up to where it's kind of touching the bottom of the wall some. And I'm going a little thick, and that's okay. And I'm doing the same thing on the outside, getting it up on the walls a little bit. Okay. And I'm trying to go kind of thick too. And you can make a cap for this by flipping it over and tracing it on a piece of foam. But I just remembered I don't have any like cheap Dollar Tree foam, which would be ideal for something like this. Or you can make a piece of tin foil that's kind of curved and domes over it if you wanted. I'm not sure how I'm going to do mine. But it's really not one of my #1 priorities on this craft, so. Okay. I'm going to pull this out of here for a moment and wipe this off, this tray off, because I don't want a bunch of sand sticking to it. I've been using this tray for a lot of stuff lately, and the last thing I want to do is get shit all over it that's stuck. Okay. And I'm going to throw that back on there, and I'm going to get some sand. Now what's cool for me is I just kind of always collect this back up. You don't have to. It's sand and it's free if you know where to get it. But I just dump it in a bin and go right back into my container with it. But you don't have to. You can be wasteful if you wish. I shouldn't say that. That's not a nice way to describe it. You can do it however the hell you want. That's what I really meant to say. Now, I do need to do these walls up. And I could have done it at the same time, but I didn't want a bunch of sand stuck to them. So I'm going to get my damp brush and that same paint. And I'm going to get right up to the bottom where that sand touches right for now. Then I'm going to come back with a final kind of deal and cover it around. Now, if you plan on spray painting yours, I will warn you, you better fill in every little crack or this white styrofoam will just disintegrate. This expanded polystyrene or whatever you call it does not like acetone or anything like that. I don't think I'm going to spray paint mine. I ordered some cowboy minis from Etsy, and they should be in tomorrow. I printed some here too, but I didn't like a lot of them. They were all free prints, and they just weren't good. Also, I bought new resin. And instead of buying Elegoo resin that I normally buy, I bought this like Superflex Anycubic resin. And I did not change what resin I was using, or the density of the resin I was using, I should say, on G2 Box, the program you use to slice things to print them. And that ended up being kind of a pain and a fiasco. I also didn't look on any forums to see what settings I should be using or any changes I should make. I just impatiently printed miniatures to get them on the tabletop, and some of them, all of them were stuck to the print plate, the metal print plate. I had to scrape it. It was a literal metal scraper to get them off. It was a big, super big pain in the ass. All right, then we'll come back next time. We'll paint this up kind of better. You could really kind of, once this part's dry, you could get a pretty watered down Mod Podge in water. And I mean pretty watered down, about that consistency. And you could kind of come in here and paint over that and seal that in once that's dry. But you don't want to do it how I'm doing it right now when it's still wet. That's counterproductive. That's gonna give you like little flat spots where it's smooth showing. You don't really want that. But I kind of committed to this right here, so I'm just going to finish this inside of my cave up like that real quick. So it all looks kind of the same when it dries. You don't want some to look one way and some to look the other way, you know. I was just showing you what you could do in case you didn't come back and watch part 2. Okay. Anyways, this has been Doom. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell icon, and all that happy crappy that pleases the big spirits of the YouTube algorithm, commenting and all that fun stuff. We also have a website, www.dungeon-swag.com, where we sell high quality, high detail, beautiful, sturdy, just phenomenal print miniatures. I'd love it if you went there and bought some. If you can't, we understand. We've all been there. If you could, though, that'd be sick. We also have Discord where you can show us what you're working on, hang out with us, play some video games, maybe play an RPG with us, stuff like that. So it's pretty cool. I'd like to thank you guys for joining me, though, and I'll see you next time.